sexual. Apologies for that drawing, and apologies to anyone who's missed this because they thought their missus was watching and immediately swiped away. This is by far one of the most sexual machines we've had in the showroom. The latest addition to cubic cars is the Lotus Emira First Edition. I'm joking, I know what it's called. And would you look at it? I think it's one of the prettiest cars that Lotus have made. The purpose of this video is just to really show you around the car, tell you what I think about it, because I've never seen one before. I have driven it, only briefly, and I'm going to get the pleasure of driving it later because we're going to be taking it for a service. So we'll do a proper in-depth review then, but I'm so excited about this car. And let's have a look around it. So first of all, the front end. Are you getting Maserati or are you getting Ferrari? Maserati? Side profile, I'm getting Ferrari all day long down the side of this car. That is Ferrari 488 Pista, potentially. And then the rump of the rear is particularly sexual, and that is McLaren, is it not? But all in all, it just works together. This is a properly sexy car. They come with two different engines. So this particular one has got the 3.5 litre V6 supercharged engine with a manual gearbox because it is a Lotus and you want a manual gearbox. However, I appreciate some people might want an automatic. You can get a 2 litre 4-pot AMG engine out of an A45 if you are a bit simple and you've ordered the wrong one. Lots of really nice things to talk about on this car. There's some good stuff about it and some stuff that would annoy me, but it's easy to fix. And let's get into it, shall we? So when you're driving this car and you're looking through the glass at the back, and I'd always recommend you face the opposite way to the way I'm facing right now, is you can see that throttle actuator at the back. Oh, gorgeous. And you can just about see the top of the engine cover. The other thing I like about the engine cover, I'll get myself back out. A lot of companies put plastic engine covers on and they're shit. Metal. Been made properly, this, and it's British. Doesn't add up, does it? It has got a boot, which does open. However, we've already realised if you don't slam the boot closed, it won't then open properly because it thinks it's open. Lotus. But you do actually genuinely have a little bit of boot space here. So if you're going to be going away or whatever, you've got somewhere to put. I reckon that's actually perfect for, you know, those suitcases. A little travel suitcase. Probably go in there. However, so long as it doesn't weigh more than 50 kilos, because the maximum weight that you can put in that boot is 50 kilos. But to be fair, if you chop a body up, you could probably put some in the front passenger seat as well. Half a body boot. But the lines are absolutely incredible. I've not slammed that, so it's not going to open again. However, love everything about this area except for the fact the boot is a little bit small, and for me, I'd do the Lotus badge in black, but I'm a chav. So, other things that I like on this car, let's have a quick look inside, shall we? Can we just make one thing clear, that the interior of this car is absolutely gorgeous in every single way. So it has got a few options. So the steering wheel is Alcantara, that is an option. The headlining is Alcantara. The seats are Alcantara. This little centre console is Alcantara. Everything about this just feels sporty and nice, but you also feel like you're in a nice environment. So the other thing about this, which you won't get from a video, when you slam the door or close the door, it's a thud rather than a little tinny rattle. It sounds like a Golf, if you're old enough to get that reference. I also quite like, so Callum, you might be able to see a few of these bits here. So you look at the dashboard, it lights up the Alcantara on the dash. So there's a little mood lighting in here. The cup holder's got mood lighting in there. And then the best part of the interior for me is also lit up, and that is this bit. Callum, I'll take the microphone with me because I'm going down on your mama. Right, so this has got to be my favourite part of this car without a shadow of a doubt. So first of all, it's got to be a manual in a sports car if you've got the option for a manual. For me, but I'm a little bit old-fashioned. Art. Is there a better way of describing this other than art? They could have covered this, but they've chosen to put mesh on it so you can see exactly what's going on. That is absolutely gorgeous. And listen to the sound it makes. Sexual. The gear throw on it is really short as well, which is nice. It's also lit up. I don't know if you can see a little light under there, Callum, but this lights up, so I can only imagine what that's like on a night time as you're driving around. Oh, it's turned off. Of course it has. Reviews for you. Anyway, my favourite part of the car, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm not sure if you get anything similar with an auto. Maybe they just put a picture on it. They could just man up and buy a manual. Should we go back outside? Right, so I purposely came outside for a reason, because now I want to get back inside. So, This is probably on a par with something like a Cayman, or maybe you're into sort of M4CS territory. It's that sort of price bracket. So you're not into McLarens, you're not into Lamborghinis, which are a pig to get inside of. This, It's a bit of a twat. Not going to lie. No, I am slightly rotund. I'm aware of the situation. I'm doing my best about it. It is a bit of a bugger getting in, and unfortunately Alcantara doesn't help because you kind of it grips you a little bit. But once you are in here, what a fantastic place to sit. Ergonomically, beautiful, perfect. Everything's exactly where you want it. What I will do is I'll show you through a couple of different modes. However, there's one button in here, two buttons in here, which arouse me in ways I can't possibly speak about. Callum, come closer if you dare. So this button is your start-stop button. Oh, I've got a love and hate thing with this. I love it because I think it's beautiful and I think it ties in beautifully with the whole gearbox situation. However, could that not have stayed up? You get over it, wouldn't you? That's gorgeous. And so where you put your heaters on, this is absolutely brilliant. It makes you proud to be British. It's the Stig! And he's got a helmet on. Fantastic. Love that. Beautiful little touch. Right, so fortunately we are keyless because you do well to get your keys back out of your pocket, especially if you're a bit chunky while you're sat in this. So we're going to fire the car up and see what it sounds like. So the seats are electric. Now the key to this is you should be able to put your shoulder on the back of the seat and your wrist on there. So I'm not actually quite close enough, but fortunately we're not going on a track, are we? So firing sequence. Oh God, that feels good. Oh. Apparently they do a 2 litre. Oh God, that sounds good. So lots of different modes that you can have, jokes aside in this. It's currently on a cold start. Even the water temperature is only at 22, which is about what the temperature is. Oh no, that's the temperature outside. But it is cold. It's cold. So, right, let's be serious now and actually review this car properly. Everything's where you want it to be on the dashboard. So all your temperatures for your climate control is where you want it to be. Look. It's actual knobs. Look at that. Oh, that aircon is ice cold. In fact, I might leave that on a little bit because it is mildly moist in this unit today. Right, so driving modes are here. You can flick through them. So at the moment it's sat in touring mode, so it's nice and refined. And then put it into sport. We've got to change the exhaust. And then finally into track, bosh. So now we've got traction control off and we've got lots of different things we can look at. So you've got your lap timer in here, tyre pressures, performance, etc. What you can do is you can see as you're driving how much power you're using, how many G's you're pulling, and what downforce you're getting. What car, for this sort of money and this age and mileage, tells you that sort of shizzle? That's McLaren territory. They know what they're doing, Lotus. Right, so you thought I was going to finish without tickling the exhaust. That is not my style. However, I'm being very careful because this car has done very low mileage and isn't fully up to temperature. But we'll give it a little tickle and just let me know what you think. Are you ready? Callum, I've got to show you this, mate. I've just spotted something else on this car. If you'd like to give me the camera, I've got to show you this. This is absolutely mega. As you're revving it. How cool is that?
It's cool, isn't it?
Like, genuinely, this car just keeps on surprising me. There is nothing that I've found on this car that I couldn't live with. Yeah, you can't get a lot in the boot, and yeah, the Lotus badge could be black, but genuinely, for the money, what else can you buy? I mean, this is, I don't know if I mentioned at the start of the video, one owner, it's done 140 miles, it's VAT qualifying, it is breathtakingly beautiful. You can't deny that much. It's got all the spec on it that you want on it. It's got forged wheels, yellow calipers, Alcantara, got the black pack on it, got the tracker in it, got the Alcantara steering wheel. And it's 25 grand behind list price of one of these now. it's absolutely bonkers. Anyway, super, super pleased to have this in. Richard, thank you very much for the opportunity on this vehicle. Can't help but mention you. Hopefully I'll be at the Motorist on Sunday. So just for anyone who's wondering, this car has come through TikTok. So this is a subscriber or a follower on our TikTok. Really nice bloke called Richard. Had a conversation about this car for a little while, and he's given us the opportunity to have this in our stock portfolio. So Richard, again, thank you, mate. Beautiful car. It's a credit to you and a credit to Lotus. Anything else you want to know about the car, let me know. I'll do a road test at some point when it is ready to do a road test. But for now, I'm going to spend a little bit of alone time with this Lotus.